Welcome to the Alliance Against the Northern Pass, Orange People's News Update. I'm George.
And I'm Heather, and George is behind the camera today, so he is in effect going to be our cameraman so that we can present a check to the Society for Protection of New Hampshire Forests. And I'm here today with Jane, and your last name is pronounced
Difley.
Yes, that's why I'm letting you do it, because I'm thinking, wow, that's a really interesting last name, and I was having trouble pronouncing it. So we want to recognize the Society for Protection of Forests, their efforts in blocking the Northern Pass by buying a conservation easement at the Balsams Resort. It's 5,800 acres, right, Jane?
That's right.
And you need to raise $850,000 by January 15th, is that correct?
That's right.
And we want to recognize the people who have already contributed, many of our opposition friends from the North Country, such as Responsible Energy Action, LLC, and we also had like Bury the Northern Pass and maybe the Coalition Against Northern Pass, and our friends. So we are also presenting our check to you today for $1,000, and we want to thank you for your efforts in stopping this, and we want to encourage other people to also contribute to this effort towards stopping the Northern Pass.
Oh, thank you. You know, we so appreciate contributions to this project, and it especially means a lot coming from those of you that have worked with us for such a long time. And you know, we've been working on this, thinking about protecting the land at the Balsams and working to get to this moment for probably a decade. And so sometimes these things don't mature until a decade or 20 years, but finally this one matured. And you know, the inconsistency of conservation values with the Northern Pass are just so clear. And yes. So we really are glad that the incredible resources at the Balsams will be protected when we've gotten the $850,000.
Yes.
Well, now a little less than that.
Yeah.
And so we really want to thank you for coming down and for presenting this to us.
Thank you so much.
You're
and
welcome.
We will hope that your fight will be completely won in January.
Thank you, and thank you for spreading the word.
Thank you.
It's really helpful for us.
Thank you very much. And we'd also like to speak with Jack Savage, and he's busy at the moment, but that's okay. Suzanne, you can come on over. We were going to ask some questions about this Tilotson property deal. So we were wondering what you feel about the Northern Pass coming back in to try to stop this deal.
I think Jane put it really well yesterday, that it's just, you know, they think money is the most important thing, but for us and for the people of New Hampshire, we think the conservation of the landscape is equally important.
That's excellent. We think so too. We are right there with you. And we were wondering if you thought they had any chance of, you know, stopping this sale.
I can't predict what's going to happen, but it's really right now up to the Director of Charitable Trusts. Prior to the Northern Pass objection that was just revealed, we had already had a request for their approval of this transaction, so that was already underway. And so, as I understand it, what's about to happen is that the Northern Pass's letter will be considered as the Director of Charitable Trusts makes a decision that they were about to make anyway.
Okay, and I mean, legally speaking, they would think that you would be able to sell, they would be able to sell the land to who they want to sell it to.
That would be my presumption, and where the trust is a charitable organization and we're a charitable organization, I don't believe that there's any requirement that they take the highest bid.
Okay, and so, you know, when we look at this kind of tactic as the opposition, we often wonder why they would pull such a move at this time, that it actually doesn't make them look good.
Well, I think they're, you know, the route across the Balsams seems to be, you know, a very attractive option for them, and I think they're going to do everything they can to get it.
Okay. And does it, you know, I mean, does it kind of feel almost like a offbeat way of saying eminent domain?
Well, it felt like that to me. For all that I've, you know, heard them talking about only working with willing landowners, this seems a move that's pretty contrary to that.
Right. And so perhaps we're hoping that the attention to this and sort of like the true colors of PSNH and the Northern Pass is coming out, force themselves into this deal. We're wondering whether that will actually help our cause to securing property rights in New Hampshire.
Well, right now, all the press is really helping the fundraising, I'll say that. I can thank them for that. They're keeping it in the news, and we have more gifts flowing in every time a news story breaks, and so they've done us a big favor in that way.
Thank you, PSNH, right? Okay, well, I think that we have asked a lot of questions, but I'd like to know if there's anything else you'd like to tell us about this that you think that would be important for people to know.
Well, if anybody wants to make a contribution, the easiest way to do that is to go to www.forestsociety.org.
And we need a lot more checks like this if we're going to be successful.
That's right, right.
So we hope you'll all give.
Well,
I'm
we could,
gonna write my personal check before I go.
well, we could put some challenge out there.
Well, one of the things that's happening right now is that there are some larger funders who are watching the level of public support for this project, and they probably won't make their commitments to the very last minute, but everybody who gets in early will help us make a stronger case to get those larger grants.
Yes.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Excellent. So you heard it here, guys, and we don't have much time, and so if you want to donate, again, go to forestsociety.org, and they have obviously a little button on there to donate.
Yeah, right on the front page there's a photo of the Balsams, and if you click on the photo,
There you go. You make it really easy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, and happy holidays, Merry Christmas.
and thank you so
And
much for your
thank you
support.
for your efforts.
Thank you for all you're doing. We couldn't do it without you.
Well, thank you.